Oh, I have some final thoughts for Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, Eminem, and the rest of these arrogant celebrities who think they're too good for Trump supporters. You are grown men telling your fellow Americans to F off. Really? You're not just insulting and demeaning our president. You're insulting and demeaning the millions of Americans who voted for and support the President of the United States. You're waving the middle finger at the single mother in Kansas, the fourth-generation rancher in South Dakota, the legal immigrant in Arizona, the coal miner in West Virginia, the soldier fighting for your freedom overseas, the police officer protecting your community, and the millions of other great Americans who didn't vote the way you did. That's who you're flipping off. Classy. That's the left's fatal flaw. They don't just attack Donald Trump, they attack, insult, and degrade their fellow Americans. And all for what? Because almost a year later, they're still bitter about the election? I get it. November 8th didn't go your way. Late-night hosts, you thought you were significant enough and influential enough to get Hillary elected. That's why you made sure to interview Cardboard Clinton several times. Whatever, your choice. Maybe this election is just extra personal because you thought your jokes and attempts to make Hillary more relatable would work. Wrong. Because you see, while Hillary was parading her boring self on Jimmy Kimmel, Donald Trump was filling arenas in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Oops, I guess Hillary forgot to do that. And speaking of Michigan, Eminem, you're a proud Detroit native. You should be ecstatic that Donald Trump is trying to bring back jobs to a city and state destroyed by Democrats and their policies. Eminem, your self-righteous and almighty line in the sand is really something, given the fact you built a career on homophobic slurs, domestic violence glorification, and other filthy lyrics. Democrats, if you want to hold up an anti-Trump role model, maybe you should look into the real Slim Shady before you give a standing ovation for his F Trump tirade. It's amazing how quickly your love of women, gays, peace, love, and tolerance is abandoned the second a celebrity puppets your anti-Trump narrative. And Jimmy Kimmel, you're not funny, not anymore. But you are a joke. Are you really that ignorant you think conversing with Trump supporters is so far beneath you? Well, bud, I know for a fact you have Trump-supporting friends. They just won't admit it because you're such an intolerant and delicate snowflake, they don't want you to melt at their feet. Seth, Jimmy, Eminem, and the rest of you happily and willfully pushing Trump supporters away, be careful what you wish for. Don't forget, if they didn't have an audience, entertainers would just be bitter clowns. It's amazing how easily you brush off and ignore the entire middle of the country. Believe it or not, your entire viewing and listening audience isn't comprised of your liberal friends in New York and LA. We will happily turn off, log off, and shut off your noise. And then what? Keep it up, and you'll see the kind of Americans who help make you and how far you fall when you spit in our faces. You think you're playing us? Nah, you're playing yourself. Force us to choose between the fools of late night and rap music and the President of the United States. Go ahead, see what happens. Those are my final thoughts from LA. God bless, and take care.